Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And we have, as you can see behind me, today's weather report and also the forecast for the rest of the week. Thank you guys for watching very much. We have an amazing show for you all today. Starting off, today's daytime high, 64 degrees with a daytime low of 54 degrees. Now, cloudy conditions are expected all day leading into this evening. 48 degrees for the nighttime high, 41 degrees for the nighttime low. Now, that cloud cover today will transition into this evening and we will see a lot of rain tonight. Going into tomorrow, 3 degrees higher than I said yesterday, 68 degrees for the daytime high, 60 degrees for the daytime low tomorrow. Tomorrow night, humdinger number 1, 52 degrees for the nighttime high, 46 degrees for the nighttime low. That rain will transition into Saturday. Did get 79 degrees for the daytime high on Saturday, 60 degrees for the daytime low. Now, what do you notice about that rain that transitioned from Friday night into Saturday morning? It's also matched with sun. I'll call that humdinger number 2. Saturday night, 50 degrees for the nighttime high, 45 degrees for the nighttime low. We can see a very clear night on Saturday. A little bit of clouds, but no rain predicted. Going into Sunday, 78 degrees for the daytime high, 72 degrees for the daytime low. A nice sunny day with a little bit of clouds on Sunday is what we can expect. Humdinger number 3. Look at Sunday night. 59 degrees for the nighttime high, 54 degrees for the nighttime low. But thunder, lightning, very, very frightening. The transition into Monday morning will be a lot of the same. 77 degrees for the daytime high, 69 degrees for the daytime low. Clouds, craziness, thunderstorms, lightning with a little pinch of sunshine, dashed indeed with rain. That takes us into Monday night. Look at Monday night now. 58 degrees for the nighttime high, 52 degrees for the nighttime low on Monday night. You see the storminess on Monday in the daytime? It's going to be with us all night as well. So basically, when it starts on Sunday, it's not going to leave until Monday night. We don't got Tuesday yet. Let's recap. Today, 64 degrees for the daytime high, 54 degrees for the daytime low. Tomorrow, 68 degrees for the daytime high, 60 degrees for the daytime low. Saturday, 79 degrees for the daytime high, 60 degrees for the daytime low. Going into Sunday now, 78 degrees for the daytime high, 72 degrees for the daytime low. And Monday, 77 degrees for the daytime high and 69 degrees for the daytime low. That is your weather report here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Once again, this weather always comes from the National Weather Service of Chicago, delivered to you here on GMA. Get ready for a great show. My guest today is Marissa Bright, Marissa Amoni of Marissa Bright PR. Stay tuned. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9:05 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Thursday the 9th. Fantastic day with a fantastic interview. You're going to learn a lot about entertainment, culture in the downtown Aurora area from a dear friend of ours, friend of the show. That trail of superlatives leads to Marissa Amoni, also the founder of Marissa Bright PR. How you feeling?
Good morning, Aurora.
Good to see you.
That's how I'm feeling. Well, first of all, congratulations. I haven't been to this new space on the 5th floor of City Hall, and it looks amazing.
Thank you.
And I know you've worked your way up because I was one of your first interviews.
Yes, you were. Yes, way back.
Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah.
And so I'm very proud of you, and I know you're proud, and I think it's great. So.
Thank you very much. Yeah, shout out to the team, Alex and Luke in the back in the spaceship. It's been a really great journey, and you know, with you as well, because that was the early days of Good Morning Aurora. You've been there since like day 6.
Yeah, we weren't on camera then, so it was audio only, and it was lots of fun, and it's been great seeing all you've accomplished.
Thank you.
And it was fun seeing you at Carole King, the beautiful musical at Paramount.
That was awesome. Shout out to Paramount
amazing.
Theater. Yeah, that was a great show.
And I saw that it's Jeff nominated.
Yes.
So, yes, I highly recommend that just everybody sees that. I was so impressed, and I thought it was going to just be about Carole King, but really it was about the whole music industry.
Right.
And I learned so much, and they just did a phenomenal job, of course, as always. And it was fun seeing you interview people.
Thank you very much. One thing that I really liked about the show was that you saw the transition in the different times, the different decades. They did that really, really well.
They did.
From your seat, you could see it go from the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. That was marvelous.
Yes, I think the costumes were amazing, and that helps, and the choreography, and it was just it was beautiful.
Yeah. Another place that does great shows is the venue.
The venue is amazing.
Yeah, like that segue, how we just right into that.
And I brought you presents. I brought you posters and flyers. And so, yeah, Curtis, I'm so excited about events. As you know, events are so important. Not only are they great for the community, but they're great for our mental health, and they make us feel good. It's important to get out there and be with other people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're humans. That's what we should be doing. So I'm happy to highlight my Marissa Bright list of summer events, and I do love free events. So I'll be really focusing on great free events, but also, you know, like, we do have so many great spots to support, like the Paramount and like the venue, and I think they're really putting on stellar shows, and I'm hoping that everybody gets out and enjoys them this summer.
Absolutely. A lot of great things happening.
So, to kick us off, the venue's celebrating. They are celebrating their 5th anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big
so
time.
5
Big
years.
stuff. Yep.
Yeah.
We don't have a clap button, but I know everybody's clapping at home. Good stuff.
So I like looking at you, but should I be looking?
No, you know what? It flows naturally. The brothers they got us.
Give me like a little cue or something.
Well, we need a wardrobe person. We need hair and makeup, as we talked about. There are spots we're trying to fill for GMA. So if you are interested in doing hair and makeup, we'll holler at you.
There you go. Yep. I like it. So yes, the venue's celebrating their 5th anniversary. I mean, can you imagine? It's just so great. This place that was really built by volunteers and a nonprofit, you know, and to go through COVID and survive, and they just put on such quality shows. So yeah, I brought the summer show calendar. Oh, here we go. Isn't it nice?
All right.
And also to shout out local businesses, as I know we'd like to do, both of us. Stephanie at Aurora Fast Print designed this for us, and
shout out to the Wheatley.
And actually, all of these posters. So go to Aurora Fast Print for all of your printing needs. But yeah, this is our summer calendar, and it's not even complete. We're adding shows all the time.
Top of the list is May 31st. I see. What's coming up May 31st?
So May 31st is the kickoff to the 5th anniversary weekend at the venue. So celebrating 5 years. May 31st is Allie Crawl and the Night Crawls. So Allie Crawl is like this amazing violinist, this just like world-renowned violinist. And she just created this new band, the Night Crawls, with Scott Tipping. He's a master guitarist, and he's also the talent buyer at the venue. So people are always complimenting the great lineup. And just the other day, I saw a comment that you could just throw a dart at the calendar and go to a great show. So.
Right.
So that's great praise. So yeah, May 31st and June 1st and June 2nd. So the whole weekend, all 3 days, is going to be the 5th anniversary celebration at the venue.
Great.
Tickets are on sale now.
Great.
And then I wanted to just shout out a couple other fun. They're all great, but a couple of these are real close to our hearts. So on June 15th, Braden Smith.
French 75.
That's right.
Absolutely. Shout out Braden.
That's right. So I think all of us locals will want to be at that show, June 15th.
Braden Smith Quartet.
Braden Smith Quartet.
That's right.
And yes, Braden runs French 75 with his mom Hope, and they have free live jazz on Wednesday nights at French 75. So
starting at 5:30,
so that's on my list. That's on my
I believe, right? Yep.
My Marissa list this summer. So we usually go around 7, but I think maybe they start at 6:30 or something.
Yeah.
So great place, French 75. It's right across the street on Galena. Another new place that opened is the Red Room.
New York Street.
So I'm encouraging people to go there. It's very nice.
Yeah, Suave Smooth, what up?
Yeah.
Yes, good stuff. Good stuff happening in that Red Room. Absolutely.
So lots of cool places downtown Aurora. Also, Wickwood House, my jeans and cardigan are from Wickwood House.
Okay, styling. So they just actually had a great shopping cause event too as well.
For the library.
Yes, for the library.
For the Library Foundation. And we host Boss Babes on the 3rd Thursday of the month at Wickwood House. Right. Shannon and I do, and that'll be May 16th this month, and then June 20th, July 8th, and August 15th. So those are just the summer dates, but that's free and fun and really a great way to again, just like be out in the community and support other women.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fantastic. And my earrings and necklace are from House 423 in Batavia, in Geneva.
House 423, okay. Very nice.
They started in downtown Batavia and grew to a great location in downtown Geneva.
Okay.
So I think it's really important to support small businesses. It really adds to our community and helps build us all up.
Yeah, absolutely. They do. Wickwood House is located in a great location right across the street from Society 57 and kitty corner from the Aurora Public Library. So the corner and intersection of River and Benton. It's
yes.
really, really nice. And the Neighbor Project, as you guys know, I work for the Neighbor Project. The Neighbor Project had our staff retreat last year encompassing small businesses in downtown Aurora, of which we went to and landed at Wickwood House afterwards to shop, have a late in the afternoon cocktail, and talk with each other. And it was a really good time. So shout out to Wickwood House and Shannon.
And I love how she's grown as well, from starting in her home and then going to the King County Flea Market and then opening a business downtown Aurora on Downer Place and now growing into a large retail space at Benton and River and having a cocktail bar.
Yep.
So super fun to shop, and they offer mocktails as well. So yeah, great things.
Great stuff. 9:15 is the time, ladies and gentlemen. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And we're here with our dear friend Marissa Amoni, learning about events and everything happening in downtown Aurora. Next on the Bright PR list. PR list.
So yeah, farmers market. Also, I love the Aurora Farmers Market. The city does an amazing job. It's been going on for over 100 years. And it's the first day is June 1st, so that's on Marissa's list.
Okay.
Come hang out at the farmers market. It's great to walk around, see our small businesses, see local growers and makers, and that's in the lot right across the street from City Hall here. So
absolutely,
so
you can see it out the window right here.
Yeah, so that'll be great. Mike Nelson and his team do a phenomenal job. And again, it's, an opportunity to get out and see your neighbors and community and have a fun time and support local things.
Absolutely. And also what I didn't, you did mention, we are Aurora has the oldest farmers market in the state.
Yeah.
That is an amazing accolade. I found that out like 2 years ago. That's a great distinction.
That's right.
Really
It is impressive.
Good morning, Jim Mendoza, Tracy Hodges, and Norma Peterson, and Daniel Calderon. Good morning. Good morning. All right. The whole people, got to say hi to the chat. Well, Jose Art says hi, Marissa.
Oh, hi, Jose. And Norma. Love Norma.
Yep.
She does great things.
She does. DJ Omarin, good morning to you. So what's next on the list? I see. Wait, hold on.
So, yeah, I'm going to get into.
Are we going there?
Yeah.
Can we go there? Green Fest?
Yeah.
Is that what we see? Yeah. Shout out Mavis Bates.
And here's another.
Yes. Coming very soon. Yep. Electrify Your Life, Aurora Green Fest 2024.
Another Stephanie Wheatley, Aurora Fast Print.
Wonderful. At the Prisco Community Center. So we always have Mavis Bates on. I saw Mavis, last time I saw her was here at City Hall, as a matter of fact, right across just the hall from here. We're going to have her on soon to talk about
Mavis Bates is amazing. This was her brainchild, and it's just phenomenal. It's been going on. I think she started this maybe the year after Alley Art Fest, so it's been almost 15 years.
Wow.
Maybe it's the 14th year.
That's amazing.
So, yeah, that'll be at Prisco Community Center Saturday, June 8th.
Okay.
And it's really a day packed with fun and activities, with the idea that people leave wanting to help the earth a little bit.
Right.
So really sharing ways to be sustainable, to have green be always the first thought when you do things, because every little bit helps.
Absolutely.
We can't be perfect, and that's fine, but every little thing, whether it's riding your bike or taking the bus, or maybe just shutting your water off when you brush your teeth. So all those little things make a difference.
You're a bike rider.
I am a bike rider.
You are a bike rider. Yep. I've been seeing you. I've never seen you in a car. But you are a bike rider, just like Rick is. You guys are bike riders and strollers.
We're a one-car family, and it is quite nice, and you get used to it. And I do take the bus, too. The 5:30 comes right down Galena. Mm-hmm. So we're very lucky in Aurora to have a busing system. But back to the Green Fest.
Yeah.
Because I know the time is ticking here. So the Green Fest, we're going to start off with yoga. We're going to have Lyrical Lyra doing aerial. Shout out to Emily at Zen Loft. She'll be there, and she gave me some contacts for some great performers. We'll have a whole lineup of speakers at the Green Fest talking about the Fox River and climate change, and then we'll have the headliners, the County Line Band, and they perform Grateful Dead songs.
Nice.
So that'll be really fun. So a fun way to get dancing and energized. And so that's 10 to 4 at Prisco Community Center on Illinois and Lake. And it'll be indoors and outdoors, rain or shine. So it'll just be a really fun day. So I hope everybody comes out and just enjoys it. I know it's a favorite event for a lot of Aurorans.
Right.
So
yeah, I've been to, I think I was there about 2 years ago. It's been a while for me, but it is a good time. Everything from paper straws to even the bags to go get different resources and items are hemp. Things like that. So it's definitely a conservation-minded event for sure. Shout out Mavis Bates, dear friend of the show. Good morning, Tracy Duran. Love the Aurora's Farmers Market, plus getting strawberries barbecue first thing in the morning there. Thank you. And Tina Bowman says, good info. Thank you, Tina.
Wonderful people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Yellowbird Books is here. Good morning to you guys, too, as well.
Well, they're on my list, too, to shout out. So hi, Karen and Lisa and Melissa. They have a great crew over there.
They do. Yeah. Absolutely.
Love Yellowbird Books. Okay, so I do love to highlight arts and culture, and so I wanted to mention a few things that are musts this summer. First Fridays in Aurora, a must, top of the list. You can go around to about 24 venues. Again, Wickwood House, Society 57, Cottonseed Exchange, run over to If These Walls Could Talk,
right.
Artisan Gallery, Cornucopia. So we have all of these small businesses that turn into live music venues, art galleries, and it's all free. It's all wonderful. Great way to support small businesses. And that's just a must. So the first Fridays, make sure you hit that up this summer. There's usually not one in July, but I'm not sure what they're doing this year. So make sure to go to auroradowntown.org. They'll have the full lineup there. And then also Second Fridays in Batavia, that's a must.
Second Fridays,
yeah.
okay.
Go to Water Street Studios, go to Art Bar. They have a Batavia Art Bar at Sidecar.
I've seen that, yeah.
Lots of fun. Lucky Eye Inc., Lindsay runs that. Lindsay is this great artist who does these really cool, she does these pieces of art that she attaches women's legs to, and you have to follow her. It's Lucky Eye Inc., and I think on TikTok she has like a ton of followers, you know, because that's where all the kids are.
Okay.
And she's on Instagram and Facebook too. But it's really cool. I collect some of her work and I have it in my kitchen, and it's like, it'll be like a little s'mores with like legs on it, and she has, it's just great. It's fabulous. So, and she'll be doing the Alley Art Festival poster.
Okay.
So, hi, Lindsay.
Alley Art Fest.
Yes.
Shout out.
So Alley Art Fest is always the last Saturday of August, and that will return to Water Street Mall and Downer Place. We have food trucks. I think Tracy mentioned strawberries. They'll be there. We'll have a great variety. We'll have live music, and then we have 90 local artists. And the great thing about Alley Art Fest is it's all local artists.
Right.
So that's artists who are in the Aurora area.
Right.
So, the Fox Valley area. And it really is a way to meet local artists, support them, talk to them, get to know them, make connections. So it's a very special festival. I know we all love it, and I'm happy that it's continuing. And that will be Saturday, August 31st from noon to 5, and it will be right after the farmers market, so people can hang out at the farmers market and come over and shop some art and listen to music.
90 artists growing. Wow.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, Alley Art Fest is always a very good time. Brian Failing says that there will be First Fridays is happening this July. Thank you for that, Brian. And Raquel Ortiz here says, good morning, Curtis and Marissa. Good morning to you as well. Heather Rainey shouts out, good morning, friends. Marissa Amoni is so great at connecting. We concur. And Melissa Cervantes, good morning to you as well.
So Heather's wonderful. She has Rent a Chef with her husband, Matt. And
that's right.
And yeah, it'll be fun to see them at events this summer as well. And then we have the Geneva Arts Fair, July 27th and 28th. That'll be from 10 to 5 that weekend, that last weekend of July, downtown Geneva on 3rd Street. And again, it's, supporting the arts, so a great opportunity. It's free to attend, and artists come from all over the country to that one. So
okay.
So that'll be really fun.
Very cool, very cool. So we are approaching our halfway point here. But before we go to commercial, and Good Morning Aurora is going to continue today with a special discussion for the community. As we go to the halfway point, can you leave folks with a sense of what Aurora and the downtown area specifically is, what it means to you, because you've seen a lot of the transition that's happened. So leave folks with that as the message today. Like, how do you feel about all that we've accomplished collectively as a city and a downtown?
So downtown has grown so much over the years, and I think that really is because we have our heart in downtown.
Right.
And we work together. It's a lot of teamwork. It's a lot of people laying the foundation over the years. whether it was Karen Christensen or David L. Pierce, who started the Art and History Center when he was mayor. So, everybody has left their mark, and I think it's built up so much that we're really able to flourish downtown Aurora. As you see, Jen Byrne is working on a skate park and more murals, and so I think that supporting each other has really paid off, that sense of community, and just really lending a hand, like Mary Foltz with CAN. She is just fantastic about helping with volunteers and what you do, and our small business owners and our museums downtown. So we're really a thriving city, and that's the message I want to convey, is that we are thriving.
Right. All right. Marissa, thank you very much for coming on to the show for the second time and the first in our new location. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you to follow Marissa Bright on Facebook, all the socials, but get ready to see Marissa's list and more great activities and news that we have concerning downtown small businesses and events. Right now, we're going to go to a commercial, and the most important conversation taking place definitely in Illinois will come up next on Good Morning Aurora. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
Imagine what's possible when a city makes an unprecedented investment, a commitment that reshapes a city's landscape forever, that equalizes economic opportunity, elevates education for all, empowers businesses, inspires collaboration between institutions, improves public services, and enhances the lives of every resident. Now, imagine that city is ours. We know it's possible because other cities have done it. Places like Longmont, Colorado, a community that leveraged its investment in municipal electricity and upgraded its substations to create a 17-mile fiber loop, delivering critical connectivity to the city's institutions, organizations, and small businesses, achieving an incredibly high adoption rate. And in Pharr, Texas, a border town of 80,000, voted the least connected city in America, invested in 700 miles of fiber, delivering broadband managed services that are enriching residents' lives. Cities, towns, and regions are stepping up all over America. There is no question that Aurora can and deserves to be America's next great smart city. But it's up to us. We have a responsibility we can't ignore to see everyone living in our city, regardless of economic status, having broadband services that are simple, efficient, safe, and powerful. Imagine children having safe internet access anywhere, never needing to connect outside of a fast food restaurant. Imagine every building in every neighborhood and retail outlet, new and old, modernized, intuitive, secure. Imagine exciting subscribers with the ultimate broadband experience and giving parents control over all of it. Imagine deploying cyberbullying protection that notifies parents throughout Aurora that their kids are being bullied and providing resources to protect them. Imagine a city with first responders seamlessly connected and with safer public spaces. Can you see this smart city? Can you see our future? We do. Aurora is ready for world-class connection that serves our residents, that helps businesses grow and unifies our community. Let's take this opportunity to give all of our residents, businesses, and community organizations the advantages that come with unrivaled broadband infrastructure and services. Let's come together and deliver a world where digital equity creates a city that is smarter, safer, and sustainable for generations to come.
not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.
Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. We are back with that special interview that I just detailed for you folks with great information for all Aurora residents as well. So we have great guests today, and we're going to be talking about the census, a very important topic and discussion here in the city of Aurora. I'm going to pass the suspended microphones around so we can meet our great guests, Tim Shields, Jamie Lynn, and also Karina Suarez Darden. Explain yourself and your position, sir. Good morning to you.
Sure. Good morning. So I'm Tim Shields. I am the GIS manager for the city of Aurora. So the GIS manager, we deal with spatial data and mapping and analytics of that data. We are a division within the IT department here at the city.
Okay.
And some of the stuff you could see if you wanted to check out our work, we have on the city website, like the My Place application, where residents can go and find out the city services that are available to them. That's one of the applications that my division puts together.
Okay.
Also in our mapping page, we have like ward maps, neighborhood group maps, zoning maps, street guides, and then additionally in collaboration with our data analytics division, we have our open data portal that we put out there, which has things like police transparency, things around public works transparency, and public art as well.
And you guys were just actually awarded by the city of Aurora, or recognized, I think, by the city of Aurora, the IT department as a whole. So you guys are doing great work connecting all Aurorans. Thank you very much for what you guys are doing. Jamie?
So hi, I'm Jamie Lee. So I'm the Harvard Fellow for the Mayor's Office at the City of Aurora. And just to give you an idea of what a Harvard Fellow is, so all of us, the Harvard Fellows, we just graduated from our government program at the Harvard Kennedy School, and all 16 of us have been placed around different city halls across the U.S. And we're all like tackling different challenges. Some of my friends are, tackling the impact of climate change. They're working on building a financial empowerment center. Some of them are working on fighting against homelessness and racial inequality, and I myself is here in Aurora working on the census. So I am actually a civic engagement expert. I've been working with the UN for the last over a decade. I've been working on freedom of expression, press freedom, access to information, and civic engagement in different countries around the world. Right. So it's really nice to be kind of coming to a full circle in North America to use my expertise to support Aurora's special census initiative. Great.
Well, we're very fortunate to have you. Very fortunate to have you. Thank you very much. And I've seen you before, right?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Karina Suarez Darden, and I work at the City of Aurora as a community engagement specialist. And what we do is we work community engagement, focusing on ribbon cuttings with small businesses, also neighborhood groups, meetings, trying to revive some of them that right now are not active. But my experience in community engagement goes a long way. I have been working, I did work for School District 131 as a parent liaison for 12 years, and then also working at VNA Healthcare as a community engagement specialist as well, and now with the City of Aurora.
Great, great, great. So we're here to talk about the special census. Now, given the census happens every 10 years, we hear the term special census. How did we get here in Aurora, and what's our current plan for this?
Right, so just to give you a little bit of a background, in 2020, we had a decennial census, and this happens every 10 years. And unfortunately, Aurora had an undercount of about 17,000 residents, and that's a really big number for us because that's almost equivalent to an entire ward of people that was unaccounted for during the census. This has really huge ramifications for us because that means that we're projected to lose around $40 million in government budget. And as you know, Curtis, census is so important because the federal budget that comes from this supports our housing, our transportation,
Right.
our buildings, our infrastructure, our fire, our police, and the list goes on and on. So in order to rectify this and to recapture some of the lost funding, we are implementing a special census in the coming months.
Okay.
And why is there a special census and how can you apply for one? Because generally decennial means that it happens every 10 years.
Right.
But when a local official sees that there was an undercount or that their demographics have changed very rapidly after the 2020 census, they could request for a special census to do a recount.
Okay.
And just to going back, Civics 101, census is super important to our communities. As I mentioned, it's for our housing, our transportation, our roads, our police, our fire. And I did not know this, but even Target, businesses use census data to stock their shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Libraries use census data to make sure they get the right books for their communities.
Wow.
School lunches also look at census data to get the right food for our children at schools. So census really affects our everyday lives in every possible way. And another important thing about the census, I could really go on about the census these days.
Go ahead.
It's important. It's very interesting. So please,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So census data is used to reapportion seats in the U.S. House of Representatives. So there are 435 congressional seats in the Congress. And based on the census data, that's divided upon amongst 50 states.
Right.
So unfortunately, in 2020, Illinois had lost a congressional member. So if you can imagine, this is really literally losing our voice
Right.
in Congress. So census is so important to our democracy. It's fundamental to our rights. And it's basically our power and our voice, and that's why it's so important for Aurora residents to participate in the census.
Now, with that information that you just shared with us, that's also going to be followed up in the next coming months with, posts and other things that will educate and inform the people of Aurora about the activities being taken. How does the team here, Liaison, work with you to achieve these goals?
So we are the complete count committee, so a C for all of us. And Tim is
Complete
obviously
count. I like that.
C,
Triple C.
and C. So Tim is our data expert, as he mentioned. So he knows all about mapping and GIS. So he gives us the data to target neighborhoods to go out. He will talk more about this in our interview. But he gives us the data to give us, we based on the data, we make the right decisions to target certain neighborhoods and to go out there and to engage residents and to talk to them and to make sure that they participate in the census. And Karina is our community engagement superstar at the city of Aurora.
Mm-hmm.
So she knows everybody and anybody in Aurora. So I did go canvassing with her in one afternoon last week. And she just when you knock on the door, she knows everyone inside. Maria, what's cooking tonight?
That's good.
So good.
We need that. We need that. Yeah.
So I have my two, powerful, people to help me through this process, which is really amazing. And I learn so much from them every day. And they're just very passionate and enthusiastic individuals who really inspire me every day.
Great. Now, which Aurora wards have been most affected by this?
So the wards that were most affected are wards 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. Where we saw the largest undercount or loss of population between the 2010 census and 2020 census is generally centered in the downtown area of Aurora.
Right.
It's going to be basically from the river on the west side going east to Couts Road, the southern limits of the city to the south, and Indian Trail to the north, generally where we lost the the largest population.
Wow.
And that's where those 5 wards are situated.
Now, so between the time when the census was completed in 2020, when did we start to notice that? How long did it take to see that decrease in those heads? Like, was it very apparent, or did it take time for us to get that information and start to work with it?
So it's usually the census will release the data, so it'll be at a high level, what's your overall population, but then you have to wait for the redistricting data to come out so you can see specifically where it was in your community. So it usually takes a few months for the data to be released from the census, because then you use it to then redistrict your areas based on your new population. So once we saw that we had that much of a population loss, the city went ahead and started getting the data as soon as possible to start analyzing where did we experience this loss and trying to understand where we can put support in to rectify what we think is an error.
Okay. Wards 1, 2, 3, 4, and 7. So if you are a resident of wards 1, 2, 3, 4, or 7, we need to be, I say we, because I myself am a resident of the 2nd ward. We need to be vigilant, and we need to do what we can to identify and take part in the census. As you guys just heard, everything from the books at the library to the meals our kids eat at school are affected by census data. So what does and I know we'll get to some of this with the stigmas and breaking down some of the associated thoughts about the census. What does our engagement with the community look like, and how can we break down those barriers to folks and answer those questions about what the census is and is not? The government's not going to come knock on your door in the middle of the night behind you in the data. So how can we break down these stigmas?
Right. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the misconceptions and sort of the myths that are going around about census. I also come from an immigrant family, so we have a very high distrust of government entities, and we somehow fear government institutions.
Right.
My parents are very scared to participate in government activities or processes. So there was a recent national survey that showed that communities of colors were very mistrustful of the government, and they were the least likely to participate in the census. And they were most likely to have concerns about their privacy and confidentiality, and they had potential questions about how the data will be used. They were worried that this data that they give to the government might come back and bite them in the future. So there's a lot of these myths and misconceptions that our team has to overcome through a massive media campaign, which we're planning in the coming months. And I'm just going to debunk 2 myths here today, because I think it's very important to talk about this in all the platforms that we get a chance to talk in. One is that a lot of people believe that there is a citizenship question on the census, and the U.S. government uses this data to persecute people who don't have documentation. This is absolutely false.
Right.
So in 2019, there was a push by the U.S. Department of Commerce to put a citizenship question on the census. And this was ruled unconstitutional by the U.S. Supreme Court, and it was never put on the census form.
Right.
And so citizenship, we cannot tell, the Census Bureau cannot tell if you're documented or undocumented. And I really want to emphasize that this is a population count as opposed to a count of citizens.
Right.
So it's like a snapshot in a moment in time to see who lives in Aurora. So it doesn't matter if you have documentation or whether you're undocumented, whether you're homeless, if you're unsheltered at the time, we still count you.
Right.
And unborn babies, children are also another undercounted population. But it's just to get a snapshot of who lives in Aurora. So if you're part of the community, you are Aurora resident, and you should be counted for the census.
Exactly.
And the second myth that I want to debunk is that a lot of people believe that federal agencies like FBI and ICE and CIA has access to census data. This is absolutely not true. It's false. So basically, a lot of people believe this, but there is a law, the U.S. Code Title 13 states that census data is protected and no government or federal agencies has access to any identifiable data. So I think it's really important to emphasize these 2 points.
Right.
And that the government is not out to get you. They want this information about their population to design, their urban spaces so there's no overcrowding. We want to develop policies, programs, and services that benefit you and your family. So I think it's a really important message to get out there because Aurora has 49% Latino, Hispanic, and Spanish population. And I think there's this visceral fear that the census is, out to get them.
Right, exactly.
But your privacy and confidentiality is protected at the highest degree. And I think maybe, Tim, you can also touch on this about differential privacy. This is a concept that the Census Bureau uses. It's a mathematical approach because nowadays with the advance of technology, there are ways in which you can feed in data to supercomputers and they can kind of match the data to say, oh, Jamie Lee, she lives in Aurora and she's 21 years old, which is my real age. And she's of Asian descent. Because we have such advancement in technology, this could be possible with published data that are available publicly.
Right.
But the Census Bureau works against this to make sure that this never happens.
Exactly.
So what they do is, it's very mathematical magic. They, flip census tracts, census blocks to make sure that they introduce noise into the census data so that what's available publicly on the internet regarding our demographics, it can never be traced back to one person or one household.
Right.
So we're safe behind the numbers because Census Bureau really actively works against this in order to protect their privacy.
And the Census Bureau has been successful decade after decade in doing that.
Since 1790,
exactly,
when the first census took place.
It's in a way, it's the most secure exercise in American life, but yet the perception, the thought, the fear is almost equal that people have about the census. So this is a very good conversation to release some of these thoughts and misconceptions that people have. I've told people it's more of the 30,000 foot view.
Right.
It's just how many people we got, not who are you, where do you live, what's your name, and are you here in the country legal. They don't care about that. So.
But one more thing that I would like to add, Curtis, is we have conducted a survey in our neighbors hood groups meetings that we have been having the last few months, and the results were, or a lot of time when I was conducting them, our community doesn't have the right knowledge about the census.
Well said.
And that's a big concern in our team as well, because we would like them to be more knowledgeable, and of course they can make that decision to participate or not. But once they have the knowledge, they said knowledge is power, or power is knowledge. How do you say that?
Knowledge is power. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. You've been on the show forever. Yeah, you
right?
know. Yeah. That's right. That's
right. So we would like to empower our community and be knowledgeable about what we're doing. That's why we're going to be participating and be in our community, different events, Family Fun Fest, National Night Out. So we have a whole list where we're going to be at. We're next week, we're going to start with our interns as well. So we have a full plan here. Because we want to have an Aurora full of resources for all our community and be able to empower them as well.
Now, I want to plan, the time is 9:50 a.m. Good morning, folks. Sending you guys a big hug from our wood shop. Thank you very much for watching the show. So I want to plant a flag in the conversation. Karina, you will be being interviewed sometime next week about this information in Spanish.
Absolutely, yes.
But we want to open up more dates to perhaps have you guys back on
Please.
to talk about all this information. In addition to that, Tim, is there anything, or would there be anything that be approved, like map-wise, that perhaps we could have sent over a day in advance or so, put that up for folks to see and have you kind of detail that?
Absolutely. So
Okay.
we're currently in the process of submitting the application for our special census, which
Okay.
will identify the specific census blocks that we are going to be counting as part of that initiative.
Okay.
So the Census Bureau typically takes 3 to 4 weeks to review that application, and then we'll have some back and forth, and they'll give us a cost estimate of the approved blocks to be done. So in approximately 3 to 4 weeks, we should have that information back from the Census Bureau, because we did just formally submit to them at the beginning of this week.
Okay. So it's a that, to hear that does instill, at least in myself, it instills confidence. We still have to submit. We still have, the city of Aurora still has to submit to have a special census.
Correct.
That's how, that's the veracity of what we're talking about, and the information data, the security of the information that's for the people and the residents of the city of Aurora. Like, we still have to go through those verified hoops to make sure that we are doing this and our efforts the right way. So that should instill confidence in people. You guys should hear that and think, you know what, I should continue to participate in all ways in here in the city of Aurora. I didn't mean to cut you off what you were going to say, though, Jamie.
What was I gonna say?
Oh, like you were going to say something. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, actually, I do have something to say. I agree with you. In that, okay, so I was talking to a pastor last week at a church regarding the census engagement with the residents. And, you know, these myths and misconceptions are like so hard to overcome, because I think the pastor knew in his head that it's safe to participate in the census, but he was telling me, oh, you know, Jamie, like, I don't really feel comfortable in telling my congregation that it's safe to participate in the census. And I said, oh, you know, but pastor, there are all these laws and policies that, you know, protect safety and, you know, privacy of everyone involved. And he was like, yes, I know in my head, but it's just like in my heart, like, I just feel a bit nervous about telling my congregation that it's safe. So, and I said, like, what would it take? What do you need to hear? And he said, you know, like, I'm not really sure, but I think when I hear it, like, I will know it. So I think he means that, like, it means that we need to really step up our game in honing in our messages that resonate with specific communities in Aurora. Because Aurora is, like, super beautiful. It's diverse and it's so multicultural. It's culturally, you know, so rich and historically rich as well. But I think, like, because there are so many different ethnicities and people speaking different languages, like, we our CCC, and also the citizen engagement interns that we've recently hired, we are going to work on message testing to ensure that we have the appropriate message, culturally relevant, culturally competent messages that will resonate with our specific audiences.
I say we collectively, with all of us here. I think that each of us is an asset in doing this for a key reason. And Korea and I have talked about this kind of like just offline our own conversations. Like, the fact that but approved, right? The fact that we are young as well plays a big part in that, because a lot of the people that I talk to who have these fears or whatever, they're people of an older generation. And to them, the idea of not taking part in the census or the government potentially doing something is a lot more, you know, that sticks with them a lot more. But when we're the same people who are actively telling them and doing the thing, that's powerful. Because it's like, sir, I'm out here like when canvassing.
Yeah.
Like, sir, it's 9 a.m. and here I am on your front lawn looking just like you. And I've done it, and I'm still here to tell the story about it. You know, they didn't come take me. I've been participating in the census for years now, and I'm still here. That means a lot. that means powerful. A lot to be that tangible representative of what we're talking about. That means a lot. So I think so folks, when you see us out there or the team here out there, like, definitely engage, come to the events that the team hosts and begins to start doing. And you're going to see a lot more of it here on Good Morning Aurora. I believe that our viewers know the strength of the information.
Yes.
And we're proud to share it. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think we met in an elevator, Curtis.
We did. Yes, that was crazy. Yeah, we did. We met in an elevator. Yeah, that's right.
So
that's right.
I just felt like I needed to know you. So I asked, like, who you are and what you did. And I'm so glad that we had that conversation in the elevator and that we're sitting around the table here today. And I do remember you promising me that you will write a rap song for us.
I wrote a couple bars. Oh yeah. I wrote some bars.
Yeah. Oh, you brought it here today?
Oh, I got it. I flow like water.
Oh!
Where the beat at?
Yeah. We're excited to hear that.
Yeah. Want to hit the beat? We can flow them out.
Yes. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Do you have the beat? You want to play it?
No. I brought a demo.
You brought a demo?
No, from like an old census campaign that we can emulate towards.
Sure.
Because I can be the chorus and you can do the rap.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know if you can hear it, but let's try it.
There you go.
Our senior citizens and our children. Hey, there's a way for everybody in the community to get this money. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Come on, y'all. It's the census of 2010.
I can flow to that.
Yeah.
You should do the census. It's the listeds coming to your addresses, just like the Detroit Pistons. You gotta fill it out. Get your mom and dad and all the children shout. Say, hey, we need money for roads and schools. We need things like die-hard tools. We need to build. We need to construct. Do the census. It's not bad luck. Better yet, it's good. We got Tim Shields, who will map your whole neighborhood. And we see the wards, 1, 2, 3. And then we got Karina Swarton next to me. And she does Buenos Dias, Aurora. You might even find a dinosaur. Just had to make that rhyme. We don't want to make y'all jealous. I know.
That's awesome.
That was pretty good.
We need to go to a recording studio.
Yeah, we got to get that. We got to get the instrumental version of that. I did write some bars for that after we talked. So yeah, we're gonna census rap.
Yes.
Let's produce an album on the census.
Absolutely. The CCC featuring Curtis.
The fourth C.
Yeah.
Fourth C now. Not only three.
Absolutely.
Right.
Francis Lopez, good morning. Jen Ingram, good morning. Josh Auger, good morning. I jumped on. Perfect time to see Curtis spitting some bars. Well, this is a very important conversation that we're having about the census and the special census here in Aurora, which Aurora just recently applied for. So get ready to see more information about the special census here on our program, and we're going to be doing more interviews with the CCC team here as well, and our dear friend Karina Suarez Darden will also be presenting this information in Spanish. You are going to get the word of the day is inundated. You are going to get inundated with this information because it's very, very important. To recap, the city of Aurora was undercounted in 2020 by close to 17,000 people. 17,000 people, which $40 million was the projected loss. $40 million. Think of all the programs and services that we're missing out on to the tune of $40 million. The census is important, so we're going to do what we can to destigmatize the census and make sure that all this information gets out there. So we want you guys to participate. We want Aurora to come up and continue doing good things, and we need a great and accurate census count, and you're going to continue to learn how you and I can help the team and the city and play our part. So time is 9:59. Oh my goodness, you brought it right to the last minute. Okay. Any last words before we go?
I really think that the census process is an opportunity for collective empowerment of Aurora. So we always talk about one Aurora.
That's right.
This is a time for everyone to get out and, get the resources, claim the resources that we're entitled to have in our communities, so that our children, our seniors, our neighbors, we can all benefit from the funding that we can reclaim from this special census. So I encourage everyone to get out, and if you have any concerns, talk to us if you're
Right.
if you ever see us in the streets. But we're gonna be hitting the streets with our interns and talking with everybody. So if you have questions, feel free to ask, and just please don't be mean to us when we're knocking on doors in the neighborhoods.
Right, be nice. All right, 10 a.m. is the time. We got to wrap it up, you guys. We got a hard stop today, but as always, be blessed, take care of yourself and each other.
Rise and shine. Pour yourself a cup of coffee and tune in to Good Morning Aurora. News, weather, and really cool interviews. Monday through Friday from 8 to 9 a.m.